Welcome to the Danny Clinkscale Reasonably Irreverent podcast. Insightful and witty commentary, probing interviews, and detours from the beaten path.
Welcome to Kansas City Profiles, presented by Easton Roofing, and we've got a Monarchs theme today, as we're going to speak with Jay Hinrichs, the Kansas City Monarchs President and G.M., who has just had a fabulous few days with the American Association All-Star Game and various related events at Legends Field in Kansas City, and then we're going to give you a nice flavor of the Monarchs with our conversation from right after the championship was won last year with manager Joe Calfapietra, and it's a wonderful conversation, and it's fun to be able to do that. It's summertime, it's the summer game, and Jay, you were immersed in it.
Well, we were. It was a great time to show off Legends Field, the Kansas City Monarchs, Kansas City, Kansas. We had people from all over the country and coming in here to just experience all of it, and we had great weather, and that was amazing.
It is amazing, and we're back into the heat this week, but last week, or late in this week anyway, but the Monday, Tuesday, it was almost spring-like for this time of the year, so people didn't have to die out there to indulge in a celebrity softball game and things like that. Just talk about all the logistics that are involved with doing something like this at such a high level.
Well, it's as you know, you and I were talking in November about this. Just the flights, the hotels. We expanded. We sent out invitations to a number of our potential partners and sponsors. A number of developers who are looking to get involved in Partner League Baseball came up to Kansas City to see how things are done at the American Association level. Of course, the American Association staff and all these great all-stars. And the one thing with logistics, Danny, is they change. And so when an all-star says, I don't think so, I'm going to be replaced by somebody else, well, it's amazing how many little things you got to think about. It isn't just changing the name on the locker, but the uniform, the hotel, the flight, the transportation. So, I got to thank Joe Calfapietra did a great job organizing the teams. We had flight issues everywhere, as everybody knows. From Friday, there were hangovers into Sunday. The Milwaukee staff, who was coaching the East Division, they all got stuck up in Minneapolis, St. Paul, had to drive down as a staff, including their 3 players. So people got here. They had a good time. We showed them great venues. We had owners' meetings over at our friends at Children's Mercy Park. That was fantastic. And I think the highlight, Danny, was the Hall of Fame induction. It's our 3rd year of the Hall of Fame, including our first T-Bone. Danny Espinoza went into the Hall of Fame, so we were very prideful of that. But we did it at the Buck O'Neill Education Center, where it all started. The YMCA, where Rube Foster put all this together. We were in that room putting 5 people into the Hall of Fame, and that was fantastic. You had some really great feelings, and our partners over at Jack Stack fed us well, too, so that was fantastic.
Kansas City can always count on the barbecue folks coming through, and people love it, no doubt about that. You've been on the job a while now in this new role. You've done so many outstanding things in and out of the world of sports. Tell us about the challenges and the excitement of your role as president and general manager.
Well, I think most of it is how to become a successful business. We try some things. We had the Winter Festival this year. 180,000 people came to Legends Field to ice skate and look at the lights, see Santa Claus. Of course, we have the now famous Tacos and Tequila concerts and the Phase Fest, which happens to be going on in Winnipeg this weekend. We're excited to hear how it goes up there. The Tacos and Tequila Festival is in 5 American Association cities now, so we're kind of proud of that. But by year 4 here, this is our 4th season, which includes being the Monarchs, 2 championships, great teams. We've placed a lot of players in Major League affiliates, and this year we've spent a lot of time moving people down to the Mexican League, which is the big leagues down there. That means these players can get big money, and we love to showcase our players. We love to win, but it's truly a business, and we're really working hard to make things work out here.
Well, speaking of winning, the team got off to a bit of a slow start, but right before the break, they put together a great stretch of games back to the 500 mark as the second half begins, and really it's all about heading towards the playoffs and peaking at that time.
Well, yeah, and in the American Association, the top 4 out of 6 teams go to the playoffs. And we've not been in this position before. 3, 4, 5. We've never, at least Joe and I haven't.
Right.
So it's been a little different. The struggles from the early part of the season, and it is what it is. It's basically related to the playing surface, Danny, and having to move 5 games over to the University of Kansas. Thank goodness for the KU Athletic Administration. They let us play there. Where else do you go? But that will mess with your team, so to speak. Right. What are we doing? What's going to happen next? And yeah, we're not used to playing like this, but take a look at the last 10 days. Mm-hmm. We put a pretty good string together, including 3 out of 4 up at Fargo. They're sitting at the top of the division, and it was at their place. We enjoy that a lot.
Absolutely the case. Talk about, from a business standpoint, talk about a few of the upcoming events. I know you got a Jayhawk night coming up. Talk about some of the exciting things that you've got as July turns to August.
Well, yeah, and let me tell you, folks, take a look at August. I think we have 23 games here in August. We don't hardly leave town. So before the kids get off to school and before everything closes up, the swimming pools close up, let's get you out here to Legends Field while we push toward the playoffs. Kansas night, Saturday night. We've got autographs. We've got memorabilia. We've got Spirit Squad. We got the Jayhawks. And I know a few people over in administration. Maybe they'll come out and say hi, throw a first pitch out.
Absolutely. Obviously, great connections there. And upcoming, we're going to hear our conversation from just after the latest championship last year for the Monarchs with the manager, Joe Calfapietra. And he is inked up for a couple of more years, and he's been a real winner at every stop that he's made, and now doing the job again for the Kansas City Monarchs.
Right. Nobody better. I've been in and out of professional baseball and then over in athletic administration, and I think I've been working with coaches for 44 years. There's nobody better. And learning partner league baseball and acquiring and moving players daily is an art form. It isn't about as much scouting and analytics as finding ball players when we have an open spot when the third baseman goes down and you happen to be in Winnipeg, Canada. Now what do?
Right.
Joe does it. He's amazing at what he does. I really enjoy the partnership with him day in, every single day. He's fantastic to work with. Great family person, and he really, really takes care of our athletes and gets them to the next level. It's like he's got 25 sons out there.
It's an exciting story and an enjoyable one, a baseball lifer, and we'll hear from him coming up next. Jay, we appreciate you the time. It's been a great summer for you already, and all the best as you head down the stretch.
Well, we appreciate that, Danny, and all your listeners. Have a great rest of summer, but take some time to get out here to Legends Field.
Absolutely. Jay Hinrichs, the president and general manager of the Kansas City Monarchs, coming off a great all-star week and headed to the second half of the season. And his manager leading the way, they hope, toward the playoffs will be Joe Calfapietra. His story comes your way next on Kansas City Profiles, presented by Easton Roofing.
More of Danny's Reasonably Irreverent podcast after this.
Hey Kansas City, Joe Spiker, Easton Roofing, back for another beautiful springtime in Kansas City. We are proud to announce our renewed partnership with Big Brothers Big Sisters of Kansas City. Starting in 2024, a portion of every job sold will be donated to a cause close to my heart. I was a big, and I encourage you to volunteer. And if you hire us for service on your residential or commercial roof, you'll know that a portion of the profits will go to a great cause. So call us at 913-257-5426. Easton Roofing. Integrity matters.
Always great to catch up with Dr. Brad Whittle of Advanced Sports and Family Chiropractic and Acupuncture. Everybody wants to make every year a great one, mentally and physically, and certainly ASFCA can help in that regard.
chiropractic, acupuncture, physiotherapies. We're going to address the body and the mind to keep you in great shape. With winter moving into spring, we don't want to have the opportunity to get hurt or to be slow and not do what we used to do, right?
Absolutely right. And you can do that in a variety of ways.
We can. We love looking at the body and how it moves, looking at the posture and how it holds us to be strong, to be safe, and really to help us do those things we love to do.
The wide variety and range of services you can get helps in that regard at Advanced Sports and Family Chiropractic and Acupuncture. 7 locations all around the Kansas City area. Find the one that's most convenient for you. And for more information, visit asfca.com/Danny. That's asfca.com/Danny.
If you'd like to join these and other fine sponsors and market your business on Kansas City's #1 rated podcast, contact us at Danny@DannyKlinkscale.com. Look forward to working with you.
Joe, you were born in Roxborough, Pennsylvania. I'm from Massachusetts, and there's a Roxbury, Massachusetts, but you're from Roxborough. That's just outside of Philadelphia. Obviously, you grew up somebody who was going to be a baseball lifer. What was young boy life for you like in Roxborough, PA?
Well, I'll tell you, it was always a dream growing up that I was going to spend my life in baseball. All young boys have dreams, and as a young boy, that was a big dream of mine. And obviously, you don't know where it's going to lead to, but fortunately, sitting here at 53 years old, living a dream right now.
What kind of a ball player were you when you were little?
Well, just a kid that loved playing baseball, and just every day, just always dreamed about, continuing to play, and, as we all did growing up, playing in the major leagues. And, that was obviously a dream of mine, and never had the opportunity to do that. And as I was going through the whole process of playing, then just trying to stay in the game as long as you could. And now, just being a part of it, at the level that I'm at is so gratifying.
What was your family life like when you were a little kid?
It was a little different. I had a brother and a sister, mother, grandmother growing up. Father really never present. Divorced parents divorced at a really young age. So never really had a father there present. So, but I had, great support from my mother, grandmother, and my brother and sister always supported me and what I was doing, and then had great male role models going through the whole process of growing up. So I was very fortunate, with that.
So tell me about maybe going through the Little League and then on to, that type of stuff, and where you played on the diamond, and what you were like as a ball player.
Yeah, I played, shortstop, and, everyone pitches when right. You were younger, and, just a kid that loved to play, and kind of a grinder, gritty kind of baseball player, kind of like I am now as a manager. Things haven't changed much as I was as a youngster, I guess. I was pretty vocal as a kid, as I remember, and pretty just a kind of hard-nosed young player. That's what I remember myself as, and always had to work extremely hard. I wasn't overly talented, but had to work hard, and it's just really what it was. And I guess it kind of paid off